Yeah, that looks live. Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and I just got home from a very exhausting day at Fan Expo Canada. Uh, just adjust this thing. Hey, anyway, yeah, you can see what I cosplayed as Qui-Gon Jinn, and a couple people said Obi-Wan. Like, yeah, no, but that was pretty cool, man. It's been a while since I actually cosplayed to go to a convention, and the wife was actually big time on it. She's like, oh no, we're going to the convention because we weren't even supposed to go this year. I was all like, no, there's no big deal. Why? Just save the money. You know what I'm saying? It's no big deal. There's not going to be too many people there who I'm interested in seeing. Like maybe I'd like to go check out Stephen and Mal. You know what I'm saying? Never got to meet him. But, whatever, just whatever. So when they all of a sudden said, my wife says, listen, we're going and that's final. And I'm going without you if not. I was like, oh, wow. Okay. So you're actually serious about going. Um, where is my, jeez. You know what? I can't even see my I have no idea how to do this. I can't see my live chat. Oh, that stinks. I know there's a live chat someplace. You know what? Whatever, man. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I know like Sean Sandra wanted to jump on and say something. I checked my Twitter. By the way, I will be putting up some what do you call it? Some pictures on Twitter just when I have time. Yeah, I'm exhausted. I went with my wife and my two sons, and they're 2 years old and 4 year old, respectively. So, yeah, I also got about $130 worth of comics. Yeah, this one right here, Lady of Wrath. Now, the artist I got him to sign this. I also got the writer to sign this. The writer, I actually know the writer, the guy Austin over here. He works at the local comic book shop that I go to. So I'm actually gonna he's gonna have a signing and all that good stuff coming up really soon, middle of the month, middle of September. So I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna hang out with him. I'm gonna get him to do an interview for me. But yeah, there's that. Also, here's something. Check this out. I got Superman Forever with the lenticular cover, which you guys can't seem to see, the holographic cover, I should say. Yeah, you see that? Look how sexy that is. Oh man. Oh, I'm just ecstatic about this. Like this just makes me happy. Also got, remember I had to recollect all my comics. Check this out. Issue number 1 and 3, not issue number 2, of Contest of Champions. This is the first wide Marvel event that they had. This was actually the Secret Wars before there was a Secret Wars. All right. And it's funny, I actually plan on doing this story, the Contest of Champions, pretty soon because I'm doing all the Elders of the Universe and I'll be doing Death. Okay, you guys are going to flip over this one. You guys are going to flip over this one. Check this out. Yeah, that's the original. That's the original. I saw the graphic novel, the trade paperback, I should say, which was this comic and some other side comic, which I can care less about. But I grabbed this, Spider-Man versus Wolverine. I used to have this also, all right? I grabbed this and I was like, holy crap, is this one the original? Like he's like, yeah. I was like, they never made a reprint of this. He's like, no, they did the trade. I was like, okay, done, put it in my pile. So I will be doing that story one of these days too, because that's a really, really good and messed up story. Hey, you want to read a what if? That's not a what if. When Thor, excuse me, when the X-Men went to Asgard. This is volume 9 of the X-Men annual. Yeah, Thor actually gets her own version of Mjolnir. Marvel Spotlight issue number 1. This is nice. I never owned this one before. Captain Marvel, baby. It's not his first appearance or anything, but yeah, pretty good. Oh, increasing my Thor collection, my Walt Simonson Thor collection. I love all of the covers that have the the borders all around it like that. That's the best. Like that's the most beautiful, ingenious design ever. I absolutely love that border. That's just amazing. One of these days, you know what? I think I might have to get this border and put my own picture in there one of these days. I can't see any comments, unfortunately, which absolutely sucks. I just threw up this Google Hangout really quick. That's why the video is not even that clear. I almost feel like I should just cancel this damn thing and go into regular mode. But in comments below, I want oh, for crying out loud, this is how tired I am. I know your name, Dick. Dick. I want you to comment how happy you are to see this. You know, this is Silver Surfer issue number 75. I believe this is volume 3 of his series, of the Herald's Ordeal, part 6 of 6. I might consider doing that story one of these days. Oh, I also got this is, I believe, volume 2. There was only 2 issues in it. This is issue number 1 of 2 of the Silver Surfer. I couldn't find issue 3. Sorry. I did, however, find, forget IDW, man, when Marvel was doing this, issue number 1 of the Micronauts. How hot is that? How hot is that? Also, just I had to try and redo my X-Men stuff. One of the best covers ever. When which this didn't happen in the comic itself, but this is when Wolverine became infected with the Brood. Again, it didn't happen in the comic. This scene and nothing like it appears in the comic itself. The Horsemen of Apocalypse, X Factor issue number 19. I do think that this is the first. I didn't open it up, but I do believe that this is the first appearance of Archangel. Oh yeah, baby, that's right. So I'm more than just a little bit happy with that. I think that Wheezy Simonson did this. Yep, she did. Oh, yeah, and I think Walt Simonson did some of the art in here also. But I know that his wife, she wasn't his wife at the time. Yeah, she's the one who wrote all of that. Okay, this isn't like particularly exciting, but it's just for me, whatever. Marvel Premiere issues number 35 and 36 with the first appearance of the Human Torpedo and 3D Man. Oh, I'm such a dum-dum. I love getting stupid stuff like that. Right here, X-Men number 188, I believe, and I could be wrong, whatever, but I believe this is the first appearance of Rachel Summers, now called Rachel Gray. Currently, her title is Prestige, but the original, Hound Phoenix. I think that's her first appearance. Issue number 211, I told you I love these covers. Got the first appearance over here back when they were only 60 cents. Issue number 156 of X-Men, first appearance of the Starjammers. That's right, Corsair. Havoc and Cyclops' father. Oh, man. Yeah, huge fan right here. I think that my editor, Doug Vihovic, is going to love this one. Look at that cover, man. That's a beautiful cover. He loves Rachel Summers. All right. Oh, oh yeah, issue number 8 of Luke Cage, Hero for Hire. Now I just have to get issue number 9. That's the one where he's fake, because you see that is Doctor Doom on the side. That is absolutely Doctor Doom. They don't let you know on the cover, but it's Doom, and he gets to meet him in there, and he's like, "Hey, listen, man, I need to go into Harlem and get some stuff, but I can't send my Doom bots in there. But you'll fit right into Harlem, so could you go get my stuff, please?" And he goes, and he's supposed to be paid $200 for it. And then the very next issue, issue number 9, is the one where he says that very famous line. Everybody say, "Where's my money, honey?" He says that to Doom, man. Okay. I have to get the second issue. Actually says, "What a deal." I have to get issue number 7 of this also, but you remember this one, right? I believe this is the one where Punisher shoots Wolverine in the balls and cuts off his face and runs him over with a bulldozer. Devil Dinosaur issue number 1. That's right. How ecstatic am I for this? Oh, dude. Oh, and I only got one more comic, last one. Look at that. Look at that. This is the return, the first issue of the Return of Superman, bagged in white. Now, I did see the black covered one with the bloody. That was the first off, I had in my hand issue number 2 of the 4-issue story for Death of Superman. I had issue 2 in my hand. It was actually only $5, but there was a bunch of comics I had to put back. Just so many comics I had to put back because I'm just like, dude, I'm actually destroying my budget getting in here. Fortunately, the kids were free, but like just getting my wife and I in there was $140, and what do you call it? Then the parking, like just everything, man. Everything was just so much, so much. So yeah, I did kind of spend a lot on comics this time, but you got to do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's comic books for crying out loud. And hopefully another 2011 doesn't happen to me anytime soon because that was just messed up. That was messed up. Anyway, so yeah, I got a bunch of really cool comics here. I did also have issue number 4, the actual death of Superman, where he actually died. That's a lot of actual, right? Anyway, I did have that. I did see it was like right there on the edge of the table. I'm like, dude, are you kidding me? Like there's a whole bunch of comics there. I was like, dude, these guys just don't have any respect for this. I just want to like dump all this stuff in my baby stroller and keep moving, because I brought a baby stroller because of the 2-year-old. Forget about it, man. Forget about it. Anyway, I did also get to meet a whole bunch of artists. Here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. I would have prepared myself a lot better. I would have brought one of my 2 issue number 1s of Black Panther if I would have known that this guy was going to be here. The artist, all right, the artist for Black Panther, like issue number 1 through 4, and he actually signed it to Professor Bill at Comic Book University. I mean, how awesome is that? So I got this. That was cool. I already got bent a little bit up there. What are you going to do? This isn't the most important thing in the world. I actually want to just plaster the writing across the front. But yeah, he's the guy who actually drew this. He's the guy who actually drew the original comic, the original issue, and all that good stuff. So that was nice. I got to see him. But I got to see, here's the thing. Jason Fabok was there again. And he's the one who did the lenticular covers for all of the Flash and the Batman comic books for the Button, that 2 issues in Batman, 2 issues of the Flash. So yeah, he did those, and I got the first 3 issues of that signed by him. But issue number 4 was actually delayed a week, so I went and I got to see him at the local comic book shop during Free Comic Book Day. And they didn't even have that comic book out at the time. I'm like, this sucks, man. This sucks, So he was gone. There's nothing to do. I was like, I'm going to see you at Fan Expo. And again, it was like literally last minute. I didn't even let you guys know I was going to Fan Expo until pretty early this morning, about 2 hours before it opened. And we got there, 4 hours after it opened. Like, it was literally like just about as late as could be. But my wife's just like, no, I want to go. We're going. I'm like, all right, fine. But next year, I'm going to try and go for press passes. All right. Just, forget about it. Plus, hopefully it'll give me a little bit more access. But I got to see a bunch of people, man. I got to see a whole bunch of people there. It was really cool. I got to see Meatloaf. All right. I didn't get to like shake his hand or anything like that. I wasn't waiting in that line. There were people just sitting down in the line. Like that's how long it was. But I got to see him. And for me, that was cool. I loved Meatloaf growing up. You know what I'm saying? I still love, once in a while, just listen to that first Bat Out of Hell album. Forget about it. That was just the best. That was the best. But I didn't get to see Stephen Amell and all that stuff. I did get to see Billy Piper, which was pretty cool. The original helper for the 9th and the 10th Doctor. Yeah, I think that was it. Just for those 2. That was pretty cool. Bunch of cosplayers are there. I don't, whatever. It's not the biggest thing in the world for me. I actually got to meet and shake hands with Jessica Negri last year. So I saw her this year, and it's just like the lines were just too big. I just didn't see the point in it. Tim Curry was there. I didn't even get the chance to see him. I think I got to see Bruce Campbell from far away, but I didn't. Nathan Fillion, I don't think he was there today. Yeah, I think because I would have waited in line to see him. That would have been pretty cool. What else? Who else? Famke Jensen was not there. That was very annoying. Richard Dreyfuss, I think, was there. Kathleen Turner was there. That was actually pretty cool, getting to see those 2. They were actually right next to each other, which was really awesome. Bruce Campbell, but whatever. But the idea is that all of the artists were right there in the artist section, all lined up against the walls. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? They're right here, and there's like 2 people in line in front of me. Some of them didn't have anybody there. You know what I'm saying? Like Andy Kubert was right there. I could have brought my Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man issue number 1. Be like, dude, Coobs, sign it, get it done. Eric Larson was there. I would have gone out and gotten issue number 276 of Savage Dragon. Be like, dude, sign it. You know what I'm saying? We're in Canada. Sign it. If you were following the series, you know why. I'm not following the series. I'm following everything around it, though. Scott Snyder was on break, but he was there. That would have been really cool. But the line to see him was, dude, it was around the freaking corner in cap and went all the way back and around. So, like, no, no, sorry. You're awesome, dude, but no, not happening. Plus, I just read the first 4 pages. I'm not going to review it, but I just read the first 4 pages of the prequel for season 2, for volume 2, I should say, of Witches. That's going to be cool. Look for it sometime next month. I believe that Lewis from the Geek Fortress, on Facebook and on YouTube, we're going to be talking about those 6 issues of Witches. Awesome story. I turned him on to that, and he's still on. Steve McNiven was there. For crying out loud, man. Adam Hughes, Tony Moore, Ed McGuinness was right there. It's a funny thing because I was sitting there talking to Brian Stelfreeze. I was sitting there having a conversation with him. He was actually in the middle of doing the commission work for somebody else. And it's a funny thing because, like, it's weird, but, like, there were all black people in line to see him. You know what I'm saying? Because he's the guy who's doing Black Panther. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we're dividing comics. You know, so I'm cool with them, totally cool, but I'm the only white guy standing in line. And it's really weird. I don't know, like, is it called white privilege? When I don't know if it was his wife or his assistant. I think it was just his wife. She turns to the side of me and says, "Are you just here for a question?" I was like, "Well, no. I kind of wouldn't mind getting one of those commission, or one of those cards over there." She's like, "Oh yeah, sure, absolutely. What do you want to sign to?" I was like, "Listen, I got a YouTube channel. Could I actually get oh, you know what?" I said, "Could I actually get him to sign it to me, so to speak?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure." She said, she doesn't have a problem with that whatsoever. So that was actually really cool. Like, that was very cool. Okay, I don't know how that all just happened. Let's just go to my actual photos. Where's my videos? It is right here. Nice, short, sweet, and simple. Let's see if you guys can hear it when I turn the volume way up. He didn't talk very loud at all, so I don't know if this even came through. Nope, apparently not. That sucks. Darn it. But he actually said, "Hey guys, this is Brian Starfleeze, professor, and watch Comic Book University." And nope, it didn't show up at all. That really ticks me off. That's messed up. Darn it, because I was trying to rush because he was in the middle of doing somebody's commission work, and he stopped it all to autograph my stuff, sign it. Professor Bell at Comic Book University, and shoot that really quick video, which now didn't even take. That kind of makes me mad. What are you gonna do? Anyway, but Jim Lee was there. Jim Lee's like plastered right on the front. Anthony Daniels was there. He's the guy who played R2D2. Like, I got to see him, and again, I'm not waiting in line to see all these guys. It's not happening. But I did get to see him from a distance. I never saw him. I got to see the guy years ago back in Philadelphia. The guy who played Chewbacca. I know his name, but just can't remember it now. But yeah, I got to see a lot of people, and it was extremely cool. It was a lot of fun. I think that when I think we're definitely going to go next year, and I absolutely have to hotel room when I'm only like an hour and 15 minutes away with traffic, and that's a lot of traffic. It's really not that far. It would probably be 45 minutes at worst, 35 minutes maybe if there were no traffic, if we could just straight line it, But excuse me, it is what it is. We might consider getting like a hotel room or something like this for the sake of conversation, but try and get like the whole weekend passes. And I'm sure there'll be certain people next year that, when the new comic book stuff is coming out, maybe we can ask them questions, hey, what's coming up, try and get in on, like Jim Lee had these 2 big things for today and tomorrow, and they were sold out. What I'm saying? It was like $190, $189 to go and see something like that. It's like, no, sorry. I just wasn't ready for any of that stuff, but maybe next year. I'm really hoping that we can pull off something like that. Because, that would be fun, and get some early reporting. Hey, check it out, all that good stuff. But going with some press passes, get a press pass for my wife. Like, yeah, she's my photographer. She sucks, but you guys remember Fan Expo last year? She actually, that was when I actually first started the channel. She, um, she cut off a video mid sentence and then turned it back on again. So I just spliced the two videos together. But there's a huge gap where everything's lost, and she didn't even bother telling me. It's like, come on, are you kidding me? Like, it was early enough. I could have just started over again. So she sucks at it. Whatever. But yeah, we all went. It's funny. We all went dressed up as Star Wars guys. She went as a Queen Amidala. I went as Qui-Gon Jinn. My oldest son, 4 years old, went as Darth Vader. Yeah, just had to be the bad guy. Had to be the bad guy. And my youngest son, 2 years old, we just put him in like a NASA astronaut suit. It was bright orange, and as long as you didn't look at the patches too closely, yeah, he looked kind of like he was one of those like Luke Skywalker in the whatever the not in the X-wing that uniform. But it was all pretty cool. I had a lot of people coming up and asking to take pictures with me. That was very, very cool. It's funny. I even had some people from the 501st. You know what I'm saying? The 501st was actually there, and those are all the guys that dress up as the stormtroopers and whatnot. And like, dude, come on over and take some pictures with us. Come on. And they had a whole bunch of stuff with they were doing charity work for Make a Wish Foundation. So that was really cool that I'm dressed up in the full regalia. I actually got white pants to go with all this stuff. I got some boot coverings and everything, and just I felt like it looked really good. And just like it's the first time that I've ever had a lot of people coming up and asking me, can you take a picture with me? I was like, shoot, it's usually me asking people to take a picture with them. So that was very cool. Even if it was just, I don't want to take a picture with you, just let me take a picture of you. So it felt really good, you know what I'm saying? And some people were doing this to my wife too. And since this is only her technically, actually, it's her third Comic Con. Sorry. I've been going to Comic Con since I was a kid, since they were literally like, here's the basement in the hotel. Let's just stick a bunch of comic books in there and, we'll call it a Comic Con. And yeah, that was horrible. But nonetheless, yeah, that's what it was. So anyway, that was my experience for the day. I do know that there was a bunch of things that were coming up in the news. But again, I'm like half asleep. You could probably tell, but I'm half asleep. I don't want to start looking for the stuff up right now. I put up Richard Dragon Explained in a Minute because I had it recorded. So I adjusted the audio and, spliced everything together and then added in a bunch of pictures. And I had to make the title page where I have like the pictures of the artists and the writers involved in the stories. And I have a big picture of the guy himself. And also the thumbnail. Those things actually they take about a half hour each to do also. So I'm like doing all that stuff really early. Like, I think I woke up about 5 o'clock in the morning. I was just like, you know what? I was just going to not put anything out. But then if the moment that I stop doing my schedule is the moment that everything falls to crap. You know what I'm saying? And that's really not what I want. That's not what I want for the channel. I want it to be nice and consistent. I already didn't have a spotlight on story for the day, which kind of stinks. You know what I'm saying? But I can always I'll just try and make up for that and do something else. I'll do something on Tuesday and Saturday. But just like today alone, I wanted to put up the Grandmaster. So what I think I'm going to do is I'll do the runner on Tuesday and Grandmaster on Thursday, and I'll try and do a story for each one. Excuse me. A good story with the runner, though, is actually the story of Barry Allen, the Flash, coming over into the Marvel Universe. I had so many Crises books in my hands that I was going to buy. Almost the entire, like I didn't have the issue number 1 and 2 of Crisis, but I had all of the other issues. I think there were 9 of them total. But I had them all in my hands. I'm just like, this is going to be a lot of money. I had the original The Crew. I had just so much stuff in my hands, dudes. Oh, some old Hawkman comics. God, I was just so happy. I'm like, look at this. Look at this. They're double-digit Hawkman comic books, the original run. Oh, you have no idea what I wanted to buy. And I had to temper myself. So anyway, first appearances that I had to put down and everything. Whatever. Anyway, the conversation I had was I was helping some people out. There's these 2 girls who were looking for all of the appearances that they could possibly find for Nightcrawler. So I'm rattling off all of the important issues for them to grab. And they're just like, oh my God, okay, wait. And I was like, do you have a pen? You can write this stuff down. It's like, I have a pen. They don't have anything to write it down on. So they're just going to go around. They're trying to devote it to memory and all that stuff. I'm like, good luck with that. But like, they were interested in like, okay, so what's the one with this? What's the one with that? Who's his father now? Wait, what? And just, wow. So that was actually pretty cool. And talking a lot with the guy behind the counter, he was really cool also. Didn't get his name. That was a shame. Anyway, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a whole lot of fun. Anyway, so the spotlight on story, Fastest Man in Marvel is what it's called. There's a good, I think, pretty good story right there. It's just 2 issues of Quasar, if you remember him. And I had a bunch of Quasar comics in my hand too. Oh, including like some Marvel premieres, and I think I even had some Marvel spotlights. Anyway, so whole bunch of good stuff, guys. I'm just going to end this because I know I'm just rambling at this point. Sorry, I'm so tired. I'm going to sit down. If the wife is okay with it, we're just going to fall asleep watching some Defenders. She only watched episode 1, so we'll see what's up with that. So I'll be watching for my second time now. Anyway, yeah, and I also need to seriously rehydrate because I am dying right now. Anyway, guys, love, peace, and hair grease. I'm going to take this thing out of my hair, out of my head, and okay. Yeah, I'm really tired. All right, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Hopefully Lewis will be with me next week. I didn't even ask him. I'm probably going to actually call him right now. All right, guys, class dismissed.